Greetings, consumers of the carrion cosmos. I am the narrator, and I welcome you back to my crystal pavilion. I have taken my Ludonauts out of the fridge and bunged them in the microwave, getting them all nice and reheated for another game of Red Markets by Hebanon Games. Last time, we travelled to 2050s America during the ongoing zombie apocalypse, where we met our motley band of mercs in the town of Duncan, located in the state of Idaho. We followed them as they found a job with the local power broker Hades' uncle, where they would secure a bouncy castle for his daughter's birthday. Having negotiated a price, the Taker crew prepares to leave the relative safety of Duncan and make their fortune out in the recession. Now, let us meet our Ludonauts.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'll be playing Calvin Hobbs, who is sometimes known as Teddy, but I think we usually forget to do that. And I am an outsider of the zombie world looking for collectibles.
Hello, I'm Ewan. I'm going to be playing Aidan Heller, aka Hell. He is a fence man. His day job is manning the fences, preventing zombies getting in, and he is a middle-aged divorced man.
Hello, I'm Craig, and tonight I'll be playing Jonathan Beef, also known as Beefy, who is an archival believer. So he has a religious belief in archiving old wrestling VHS tapes, which he believes represent a better time, and that everything since then is trash and it doesn't deserve to be saved from the coming zombie apocalypse.
So, we've got a job. What are we doing?
I'll head out of the Grunkle compound and see if I can track down my triumvirate compatriots.
I think we were in the square noising up Big Jim's gang.
Mm-hmm.
You're not necessarily taking care of him, but you're consoling Jonathan Beef after what went down.
Jonathan, man, you can't keep doing shit like that. Big Jim's not a man to cross.
He's not a man.
You could tell he was more amused, really, about that.
I mean, that was nothing to him.
No,
that was absolutely nothing
he
to him.
He swat you like a fly. It's like he was made of concrete.
If he flexed, he'd break me in half.
Yes.
Yeah.
He tore his shirt off with one hand.
I know. Did you see those tits?
I'm going to stomp over and I'm going to be like, "Gentlemen, good news. Let's discuss it over pancakes." And take you away from our direct competition that you were just talking to and about.
Is pancakes just like a generic term for getting something to eat nowadays?
It's like the only place in town.
Yeah.
So there we are, in the IHOP, discussing the plans, sketching out the map of where it is we're meant to go.
We're in the diner. Jonathan Beef is applying butter to his muscular wounds.
Okay, you're supposed to put those on the pancakes, Jonathan.
I'm so sad.
So, Hades' Grunkle, he wants a bouncy castle found from the wreckage of...
A what?
A bouncy castle.
A BC.
You may remember them from some years back before all the murder. Or before most of the murder. But before about half of it.
We could never afford them. I used to remember those rich kids up the street had a bouncy castle for the party. It seems a bit old for a bouncy castle.
No, well, apparently it's for a younger Grunkle.
Right. A grunklet.
A Grunklet. Or a Grunkling, perhaps. So, this is why it's to be kept on the down low. It's not because there's anything shady going on, or anything shadier than usual. It's because he doesn't want his daughter to find out about the secret birthday party.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are we going to pick up this item?
Well, I did get the coordinates. We're going to Amsterdam, which is some distance up the 93.
The 93, eh?
The 93. Isn't that a dangerous road?
All the roads are dangerous roads, Jonathan. There are zombies.
So, is that walking distance then?
I reckon that we can probably get there and back within the day, and we bloody better, because the birthday party is tomorrow.
The birthday party's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We don't have a huge amount of time to eat these pancakes.
Wow.
Well, we better wolf them down and get on our way then.
Yeah. It did occur to me, we probably need some way to move however large a bouncy castle is.
I know a man with a bike, but he's in a bad way.
I mean, the basket is very convenient, but probably not large enough. I think that probably the warehouse will have something there.
I think the butter is giving me more brain power. But do you know where the bouncy house is exactly?
Once we're in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
We also need to get the mechanism that makes it inflate, I think.
Machinery.
Yeah.
Technology.
Hades did point out it was in a gated community on the outskirts of Amsterdam that was quite noticeable from the highway.
So, is this a heist then? Or do the people know that Hades wants it?
I don't really know. Hopefully. Because I don't believe that Amsterdam is like a actual town that survived all the things that's gone on. Hopefully it'll just be a matter of taking it away from the living dead.
Ah, right. So yes, indeed, it might not actually be an inhabited
A former gated community.
Yes, okay.
But then again, maybe not.
And if we were to make the living into living dead in exchange for us taking their bounce house, that's also fun.
I, for one, hope we don't encounter a situation where we encounter other living people who worship the bouncy castle as a god.
Yes, that would be quite awkward.
Well, that would suck, wouldn't it?
It would be so rough if we got there. Yes.
We should just turn around at that stage, just cut our losses,
Let's break up and go and see if I can rent a cart or something.
Who do we know that would be in the business of renting out like a car? Something we can pull along to stick the
Well, there's
agriculture in the area. They'll have to move.
There's Kenny's carts
Kenny drives a hard bargain though.
and a good cart.
You could look it up, I guess. If you're having a hard time thinking of anything specific, you could make a networking check.
I think it would probably work best if Beefy uses his networking to remember the existence of Kenny's carts, given
Okay.
that you're the one who has the hookup here.
Okay.
Do you have networking?
You don't strictly need to make a check to do stuff like this. It's just that you're bumbling so much, I'm going to make you do it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try and remember Kenny, my good friend Kenny. It's a 9/8.
It is.
That's a pass. So is this Kenny separate from the other Kenny?
No, it's the same Kenny.
Okay.
Who was the previous Kenny?
You know Kenny.
Damn Kenny.
He's quite wet.
Oh, that Kenny.
Maybe a good reason why the rest of us have been avoiding Kenny's carts.
I've never had
Why
a problem
would-
with Kenny.
Why would Kenny rent us a cart? Because we've literally taken this job off him and his pals.
Well, we might lie to him, although I've never lied to Kenny. He's lovely. He's a great guy.
He gives me the ick.
He really.
Can't stick him. Even before he took my wife off
He took
me.
your wife.
You can't stick him, but he sticks to you every time.
Well, yeah, it's a skin thing.
I mean, like, I'm often quite moist, so I guess
Particularly now.
I'm buttered up. I'm fragrant. I appreciate men who also are that.
Well, do you want to deal with Kenny? 'Cause
I can deal with Kenny.
I just can't.
Yeah.
You deal with Kenny
I'll
and
do-
your complete lack of armour or protective gear. I'll go home and get my guns and weapons.
I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to put my chainmail on.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get my grenades and my rifle and my spear.
So what I've done is Craig's tapped the reference. So if you want to write down Kenny as your reference, just below your dependents.
Kenny brackets cart brackets damp.
At any point during the game, if you need to solve a problem that your skill set can't manage, you can tap a reference, and it is effectively what he's just done there.
Okay.
He's going to effectively just invent a person that you know. Or you could say, for example, if you're out in the field and you need medical advice, you could just go on a website where a guy will do telelink medical advice for you, and you just pay him money. So if you ever come across a problem, tap a reference.
Sure.
So we could have invented a guy that's not currently.
He's a good guy. He has a thriving cart business. He's going places.
What did she see in him?
He's a very he is a bigwig in the local cart economy.
And he still, for some reason, risks his life by going out adventuring with Big Jim Concretti.
Well, he's got a lot going on. He's a very interesting.
He's a provider.
He's so moist.
Psoriasis is no joke.
Okay, you get a cart. We get tooled up.
Yes, I am going to go negotiate a cart with my muscles.
Don't tell him what it's for.
Right.
Say it's for, I don't know, some of your usual
Yeah.
wrestling
yeah,
site or
yeah,
something like that.
Please.
Don't tell him it's for the mission that we've stolen off him and Big Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Try and do it without flexing as well.
I understand, but I've got a 6 in strength. It's all I've got.
Tell you what, right? You get the cart and we'll meet you at the gate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Kenny, I'm here to buy a cart.
Beefy! Lovely to see you again!
It's good to see you. How you doing?
Bit hot today. He just wipes a large sweat patch off his forehead and flicks it towards you.
I am golden brown from the butter that's baked in the morning sun.
You're a strange guy, Beefy.
It says you. Leaking everywhere. What are you like? You are the man to speak to. You sell carts everywhere. You sell carts every day. You're out there on missions,
Did
killing
I see
zombies.
you with Health earlier on today?
With who?
Health.
Who?
Health.
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 I don't know anyone called Health. I legitimately don't know anyone called
You're
Health.
friends. Health.
Health. I'm very healthy. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Health.
I hate this guy so much.
Kelly Isaac's husband.
Who?
Beefy, you're some guy.
I'm just here for a cart. I need a cart for undisclosed reasons.
No bother, Beefy, no bother. What do you need it for? What are you up to?
Undisclosed reasons. I've been told not to tell you.
Why not?
I think it's to do with wrestling.
Okay, that's a bit strange.
I think they're going to wheel me in next time.
Ah, okay, okay.
I need one cart. I will pay anything.
Well, look, see, since it's you, and I like you, and I like your boys as well.
You're a good bunch of boys.
Yeah, with it, the Wild One Ball Triumphant.
Yes, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
They let me name it.
Hell-
I'm the scrappy do of the group.
Health was saying something about you staying a dobe.
Who?
It doesn't matter. See, just for you, I'll give you it for a bounty.
A bounty?
A single bounty, but you don't have to give me it now, you can give me it when you get back.
Okay. One bounty?
Yeah.
You're a good man, Kenny. Everybody's always saying really horrible things about you constantly.
Why?
I don't know. I was telling them Kenny is lovely.
Well, that's really nice of you to say.
We get on.
We do.
We're friends.
We do on Sunday.
We're cross-generational friends. I think we're doing something about we're going to Amsterdam. I've never been to Amsterdam, but
Wait, is that no?
I think it's in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you staying that?
I don't know.
Huh.
I think they're going to wheel me there on the cart.
Okay. Right, I need to go. Go away. Go. Take your cat and go, okay?
Okay, and I just pick it up over my head, run away. We have secured a cart.
I'm going to say that for the sake of this, your cart is size perfect for carrying a bouncy castle.
That's why we
which
got it.
has no haul rating, but the compressor and stuff might be separate.
Okay.
Okay, so Hell and Calvin are waiting at the gate out of town. They're all geared up, and we're just waiting for Jonathan to show up.
And when he does, I'll say, Jonathan, you don't need to carry that over your head. It's got wheels.
And I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll put it down. I got one. That Kenny is incredible. Hell of a man.
I think we don't need to talk about Kenny anymore today.
Just behind Jonathan, you can just see Ken at the door going, "Bye, Beefy!"
Bye, Kenny!
Okay, let's get them to open the gate, and we can be on our way.
So I got the cart, and I didn't... Oh, I did tell him about Amsterdam.
What?
What?
But
Why?
he asked. But,
He's literally like a member of Concretti's crew.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Because he's lovely. Like, he wouldn't tell Concrete on us, I'm sure.
Oh, it's not so much Concreti, but if Watch gets back to Bronco.
Oh, is this a stealth mission?
Yes.
Is this a on the down low?
Yes.
I told you about that in the IHOP.
Right.
Maybe if you weren't so busy smothering yourself in butter.
I remember there being...
You really need to get your shit together, Beefy.
I remember there being vague, warm sound. Was that you?
Let's just go.
We live in a post-apocalyptic hellscape.
We're already dead. This is all just hell. So, in red markets, travel is a more of a character building exercise where it gives you a chance to interact and develop your characters further. We also have some random encounters, which are known as legs, which take place before we get to the main mission site. It's been a while since any of you have kind of left the safety of the town, and given that climate change is a bit out of control, so that's how we end up with this town being both dry and dusty and also really wet.
It's really good for the wine growth, I assume.
Duncan's not like the biggest town. It was more of a town that had been built maybe in like the 2040s. It was a kind of up and coming. A bit of a smaller town, so it's kind of just more of like suburban roads. Not much to look at really, apart from some trees and stuff as you head your way back up to the highway, I guess, because we're in America.
The 96?
The 93, wherever it is.
The 93 on the way to Amsterdam.
You do remember a job he's did out here quite a while ago, actually, where he's helped clear a path towards the highway, moving some buses out the way. That's kind of when you all got to know each other way back in the day.
I believe that's what broke
Danny Ontario's mind.
Danny Ontario's mind,
Yeah.
which didn't seem like it at the time, but very much is the case now.
It was all downhill from there, really, with Danny.
On the bike.
On the bike, yeah.
Amsterdam's maybe about 6 or 7 hours away walk, probably a bit longer given, the deeply hostile nature of the environment right now. You're smart enough to know to walk in relative quiet. I mean, you can chat a little bit, but we're not making unnecessary noises and you've got your head in a swivel keeping an eye out things. The good thing about the infected is that they're not very subtle, so you tend to notice them pretty quickly if there's any issues. So as you're making your way down the highway, you notice just off to the side there's a bit of a shallow pond. You see a pickup stuck in there. It looks relatively well maintained, quite new, as if they got stuck in there not in the too distant past. So In fact, you'd probably remember from the few times you've been up and down this road before that it's a bit of a new addition. It's kind of in a bog / pond. Think of like a marshland or something. You do see 5 casualties kind of stuck in the mud, trying to like claw their way towards you now that they've seen you, but they're really not going to make any progress.
Casualties are the slow zombies.
Yes. Casualties are your standard Romero, very slow, very shambly zombies. It's been quite a while since you've actually seen any undead though, so he's got a good look at them. Kind of classic zombies, taut, tight, dry skin, black veins, red eyes, oozing from various places, just black filth everywhere. That's the blight, as it's known, the virus that turns people into these undead monstrosities.
That science cannot explain.
No one can explain. It's basically supernatural. It doesn't follow physics. It's bad. It's bad stuff. It's actually colloquially known as the black shit, because really there's no other way to describe it. I do want you all to make a level 1 trauma test. So just rolling the dice, seeing if you pass or not. Because it's been a while since you've seen a zombie, and it's a bit of a stressful thing.
Does 0 count as 0 or 10?
10.
Right.
1 under 10. Hell is completely unfazed.
No, you want it to be the other way
it's the other way
around.
around, yeah. Oh no, Hell is very much phased by this.
I think you're about as phased as you can possibly be.
Because you're a fence man, you've got probably riddled with extreme PTSD from seeing the undead and killing so many of them.
I think the fact that I'm not on my fence.
Exactly, yeah. It's been a long time since you've actually seen one of them without a fence between you, so it does kind of unnerve you a little bit. So I would like you to take 1 trauma damage, please.
I got a 9 over 3.
They ain't shit. They're gonna touch you.
Beefy rolled a 3 over 1.
You're so distracted from the bleeding hand and butter stains that you barely even recognise them.
It's very odd because he did lose, I believe, 3 generations of his family to bogs.
Well,
that led to that.
As much as I do find it fascinating learning more about your background, Beefy, we should maybe decide whether or not we want to run away from these.
Well, it's more a question of the boxes in the back of the...
Hold on. How many casualties are climbing out of this bog?
5.
Okay, so not 3.
Come on, guys, this isn't worth it. We need to just move.
Okay, there might be something in the pickup.
I don't care. Look at them. Let's just move.
Can you all make a foresight check?
3 to
Double
3.
three.
That's fail.
So you're just not even thinking about it. You're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't want anything to do with this.
I mean, it makes sense.
I rolled a 6 over 2.
I rolled a 2 over 1.
Used to. You can see the boxes, and again, they're looking pretty well maintained and things like that. So they're obviously been in use. They seem to have a tarpaulin over it that's kind of floating gently.
Oh.
So whoever had this was definitely trying to keep it nice and dry. However, the casualties are close enough that if you were to open fire from here, you'd probably get some blood splatter on it and risk contaminating whatever's in the boxes.
Contaminating the boxes with the blight.
Yes.
I don't want to leave these boxes behind. They look like they could contain many ETBs of Pokemon cards, but also we do need to keep making moves here, so we probably need to get them quick.
Yeah, because we have to get all the way to like Europe and like back in like 12 hours, was it?
It's a 6-hour walk, BB.
To Europe.
No, to Amsterdam, the town. It's fine. Never mind. So, can I see any way that I could get around the casualties? Is there like a kind of like awareness sense that I could use?
So you couldn't get around them, but you could lure them away from the boxes, or at least distract them enough that somebody could run in and have a look at the boxes.
I could be that distraction.
Through the bog.
Through the bog.
Yeah, they move so slow for the bog that if you were to like stand off to one side and like, hey, come get me, it would take them so long to try and even get to you. Somebody could nip in and nip back out.
This could be my bog day.
I'm going to clap my hand on Beefy's shoulder and be like, well, Beefy, it's very brave of you. And as much as I don't want to ask this of you, given that you have such an inherently like ingrained bog-based trauma and this assumption that you will die in a bog very much like this one.
Like my daddy.
It does occur to me that you have basted yourself in butter and roasted yourself in the noonday sun and probably smell quite attractive to them. So I think this is, in fact, your moment.
Thanks, man. Just amble up to the bog.
So if you wish to do a lure, that's just any charisma skill check to attract a mob. And it costs you 1 ration per round to do this.
Can he gain any kind of benefit from already having larded himself in butter?
You know what? I'm going to allow it. I'm going to let you have a +1 to this. And it's still going to cost you a ration to do this.
Oh dear.
That's a 10.
Yes.
7 under 10.
Oh, so it's an 8 under 10.
Well,
I rolled an 8 under 10.
What skill were you using to attract them?
Criminality.
Oh, well, you have that though, don't you?
I do, but it's 1.
Oh, so it's a 9 under 10.
A 9 under 10.
So somehow you're going to criminally attract these guys.
It's stolen butter.
It'd be criminal not to eat me right now.
I assumed they were criminals because they're dead.
They want nothing to do with you. They've got their eyes totally transfixed on Hell.
Hell,
They can see the PTSD in his eyes and they want to capitalise on that.
Hell's just sort of backing off down the highway in the Amsterdam direction. He's just backing off slightly. He's not running or anything like that, but wouldn't desert his friends, but he's wanting out of this situation very clearly.
Beefy he's internalising this moment as, I'm invincible. I'm covered in butter. I'm open-fleshed to them. And I'm like, come get me. And they're like, not for me. So I'm going to assume that's every zombie interaction from here on in.
They can taste fear.
They can taste fear and it's delicious. Better than butter, which is odd.
Can I try, even though he's failed, so like I'll be trying to get to the pickup truck?
You can still allow it, yeah.
If they just go for me and then I have to hit them with my tomahawk, that's fine.
Do you have resistance or athletics or anything like that?
I have athletics 1.
Okay.
I do not have resistance.
Resistance is more like resistance training. So how do you want to do this then? What skill are you going to use to do that?
The idea is that Beefy is like going up to distract them. That's failed.
He's kind of standing on the edge of the bog going, ho! Ho! Ho!
While he's distracting them, in quotes, I'm just going to like quietly run like a big arc around to get around the bog to the car quickly. So that's why I'm using my athletics.
Okay, yeah, if you want to roll for it.
So it's +1. That is a 6/2.
Okay. Despite the casualties not being quite that interested in Beefy, you do run around to the front of the pickup and you do kind of deftly kind of leap and jump on the hood, giving you access to the boxes in the back.
Okay, what can I see there?
You'd have to make a scavenge check.
Okay. 3 under 8, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have any skill.
Unfortunately, despite all your best effort, the boxes are empty.
Sinking into the ball.
Are we done now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
make another athletics check to get away from the bog.
That's a 210.
As you're searching through the boxes, you don't realise that the driver is still in the cab. And as you're attempting to leave the situation, he turns around and grabs your leg. Roll for initiative. Roll 1d10 and then add your speed.
3.
I rolled a 4.
6.
So, Hell, you'll be going first. Because they're casualties, they will be going last because they're zombies. You have just witnessed Calvin Hobbs being grabbed by the leg by the now deceased driver of the pickup.
And now I'm just standing on top of the car going,
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Before you do anything, could you please take a level 2 trauma check? So just roll a self-control check.
I failed that.
So you're going to take 2 trauma damage, please. You're freaking the fuck out. You've never actually been physically close to a zombie before.
Hell's quite a good shot, and if there's one thing he knows, it's shooting zombies.
But can you do it when not on a fence?
Well, this is what we're going to find out. So he brings up his rifle. It's a silenced rifle, so it shouldn't attract any attention if there's anything else nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy, just attempts to take down the one that's attacking Calvin. And I've got shoot at 2.
Because you're a fence man, you'll get +1 for attacking any undead.
So that's 7/2.
Yeah, pretty much. What happens is the casualty is kind of leaned out of the cab to grab at Calvin Hobbs, and as he gets a hold of his ankle, a scream erupts from Calvin. But before he's even finished it, a clean shot just went right between the eyes of the casualty, and his head's kind of snapped back, and he's still got his hand on his ankle, but it's just this went a bit limp. That takes us to Beefy.
Beefy.
What's Beefy doing?
Beefy was just distracting the zombies.
Or failing to.
Failing to. Do you need help? Do you want me to pick you up? I can pick you up in my Kenny cart.
I don't think that the Kenny cart would really make it across the bog. Maybe just go.
Just leave you to your death. Because you're sinking into the bog.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm actually standing on a car.
I assume everybody eventually just sinks into the bog. I'll leave you though. Bye. Hell, where you going? He's staying behind.
Well, we're going once Calvin gets off the car.
Yeah, I'm very much not staying behind. It's just that the way that time progresses is strangely staggered in these ways where I can't actually leave yet.
Well, I'm going.
Okay.
Because he told me to.
Right.
Goodbye.
And now I can leave. I sort of want to lean in and see if there's any identification in the glove box. But then how close are the other casualties?
There's probably blood everywhere as well.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. They're close enough that when it comes to their turn, they're going to attack you.
I'll probably just run.
Yeah, so again, if you want to make an athletics check,
That is a 3 under 8.
would you like to do anything to adjust this? Would you like to perhaps succeed at a cost?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I will allow you to escape if you spend an additional ration. So you should have spent a ration for the first one because it was an athletics thing.
Yep.
So you would be 3 rations in total.
Okay.
Do I take off a charge on my right?
Yes. Yes, that counts as a charge. Well, bit of an unsuccessful little encounter there, but could have went worse.
Bit winded.
You coming with us, Calvin?
Yeah, I was always coming with you.
I thought you said you were going to die in the bog.
No, I didn't say I was going to die in the bog.
So what do we take from this episode, gentlemen?
That bogs will get you.
Bogs and zombies.
And boxes can be empty.
So excitement over, we start making our way down the highway again. And apart from the occasional crashed car, it's pretty empty actually. It has been a few years and people have went up and down this road a little bit, so it has been cleared of all the major obstructions where it has been. And it wasn't really a busy road to begin with, despite being a highway. It's just a bit of a low population area really in general, which has contributed to how you managed to survive this long. Yeah. The players have the option of skipping a leg, but instead doing a role-playing interlude, and I'm just going to generate what you're going to talk about here on the table.
Okay.
You're going to talk about finding solace in becoming a taker.
What's a taker?
Taker is what we are.
Right.
Mercenary.
What we're currently doing, we're going outside of the safe zone to take something valuable.
I have taken many things in my life. I can tell you that. Steroids? No. That's a no. I found a lot of solace taking things because it's part of my religion. I'm a religious man, as you know. I'm very solemn. I believe that nothing is worth anything other than wrestling VHSs.
So, Jonathan, when we say taker, we mean like what we do in the job that we do.
The job.
Yeah.
Not specifically taking things.
Not taking things. You see what we're getting at here, Jonathan?
I now do.
I mean, for me, as you know, lads, I'm quite new to this.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in a town where there weren't necessarily like the living dead to worry about, at least not recently. So I wasn't really expecting it to do wonders for my mental health to come to the loss.
Mm-hmm. But you found solace in it.
Well, the thing is that, as I'm sure you could probably imagine, coming from relative safety to the loss, which is full of dead people trying to rip you to shreds, it's not something that you'd really do if things are going well.
No.
So,
who hurt you?
Don't really want to get into that. It's more just the fact that I came here entirely for monetary reasons. I needed to get some money, I needed to get it quick, I needed it to be a big payday. I was desperate. But actually, facing the horrors that were otherwise just sort of always there surrounding you as an abstract, it has made me feel a little bit less panicky. Like, I now know what kinds of beasts are going to rip us all to shreds should they get past the fences.
That one touched you.
It did. That wasn't nice, actually. But
things can be very black and white out here.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've met it now. I've actually shot a few of them. So it's kind of become something that I can think of as a situation that you can handle instead of just looming impending doom that's going to end us all.
I mean, if you just batter them over the head one at a time as they come at you, you're probably fine. That's what I've found.
And you taught me that.
I've taught you a thing.
Sometimes you look into the eyes of one of those things and it just strikes you in your soul. It's just terror. But sometimes, I don't know, guys, this sounds crazy, but it's better to feel terror than just feel nothing at all. If that's what your day-to-day is.
The numbness.
Numbness, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that ended on a dark note. So he's going to just pass the rest of the journey in a bit of silence because there's not really much to talk about that he's don't face on a daily basis. I mean, you've seen one horrific PTSD-inducing nightmare. You've seen them all really at this stage. So Hades was totally right. As you're making your way up to the town, you do see a bit of a side road taking you off to this kind of small gated community. These were kind of not uncommon in the before times. Wealth inequality just skyrocketing, unlike today. So it was very common outside of any major towns and cities to just find a small gated community where the rich would stay. As you're making your way up to it, you do see the gates are fully open, which again is not uncommon because a lot of people were under the naive assumption that these places would act as fortresses, but really the gates and walls are mostly for show.
It's more of a fence than a gate, and
it's
more of a fence than a wall.
Yeah.
And
I mean, any healthy person could scale and climb that wall as if it was nothing if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
It was more of a request, and private security would do most of the warding off of the undesirables. But when those undesirables are bleeding from every orifice and screaming apologies as they beat you to death, I don't think minimum wage is enough to keep you around at that stage.
I forgot that the fast zombies retain their personality, but not their
motor functions.
actions,
Yeah, so they're usually just screaming apologies as they kill you.
Anyway, let's hope we don't meet any of those.
Yeah, we're after a bouncy castle.
Let's go into the gate.
How are we approaching the...
Well, can we get a lay of the land?
We've approached the gated community gingerly.
Okay.
Can we, what's the term? Case the joint. Can we do a sweep? We probably don't have time to do a sweep of the perimeter.
We don't have a specific place here that we're going to.
No, we just need to search.
You search the area. It's more likely to be in a garage or outhouse or something like that.
So just to kind of set the scene a little bit, it's a very, very small gated community. We're talking maybe a dozen houses maximum. It's really like a road leading up to a big cul-de-sac.
Right.
And you've got McMansions. So this is clearly a higher end neighbourhood. If you were to go house to house, it'd still only take you maybe like an hour maximum to do it all. You can kind of see the whole layout of it from the outside effectively. There is some trees off to either side that could be concealing some casualties that you can't see. But unless they're kind of making a determined effort to get something, they're not going to like stumble over the wall. Some may have wandered in through the front gate, but again...
No more than like anywhere else.
Yeah, you would know from intuition and experience that as long as nothing goes wrong, you shouldn't run into any major problems.
I suspect there's no one in these houses, but we could be wrong. There could still be like scavengers, vagrants, wanderers holed up in one of these, taking shelter perhaps. So that's also something we need to be aware of, aside from zombies.
It's good to have a man of your experience on the team, Hal.
Exactly.
I think we'll just have to be methodical and just go through each house.
Can I use my omnipotence to suggest she's maybe enter the gated community first?
I think, we're going to do that.
Yeah. Gingerly, though.
Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah, shotgun out, slow moving,
Okay.
Not much noise, looking around.
Okay. Who's going in first? Are we just going to go in like a wide formation?
I think just three abreast, I think, more or less.
Marching down the road, dragging the carts, like tied to PP's waist.
Complete silence so I can hear...
It's been a long 6 hours.
Okay. He's making your way into the street. All around you can see this place was a bit of a bloodbath. Doors are broken in, windows are smashed. You can see the telltale signs of shell casings and bullet holes in places. A couple of skeletons as well. So clearly this place fell really early on in the crash. A lot of the driveways are empty as well, so clearly what happened here happened in a hurry and people made an escape. However, noticeably, in front of one of the houses is a van. Written on the side of it, Stevie Ray's Bouncy Emporium.
Stevie Ray's Bouncy Emporium.
Well, this looks promising.
Is it some sort of distraction? There?
No, it's a van that's got a bouncy castle on it. I'm just going to walk up to the van. I'm going to look and see if there is a body in the cabin of the van as I'm doing so.
There is not. The driver's door is sitting wide open.
Is the back of the van enclosed?
Yeah, it's kind of like a white
Like
van.
a white van man?
Yeah, like a white van man.
Like
A transit van, yeah, with a
And-
sliding door.
and is the back closed over?
No, so what you can see is that the driver's door is open, but you can see there's a long tube coming from the back of the van going round the house to the back garden.
Right, okay. Also promising.
So, looking in the back of the van, what does the tube connect to then?
Some form of engine. You can interpret it as probably an air compressor or something like that, yeah.
And is it bolted to the van? Or
It's secured. It's a little electric doodah. Might need the batteries recharged, but it does look in good working condition.
okay.
There is blood everywhere, though. Dry blood everywhere. Insanely amounts of dry blood.
Well, don't worry about that. I'll go into my first aid kit, which I do definitely have, and take some of the nitrile gloves and put them on so that I don't need to touch any of the blood.
Clever man! Clever man! Use a charge up on your first aid kit, please.
Fair enough.
Very clever. Good job, Michael.
Yeah.
You'll be our blood toucher for the day.
That's the plan.
Do you think this van looks salvageable?
Do any of these have mechanics?
Yeah.
No.
The tyres are flat, the battery's probably dead. You come across these constantly out and about. You could probably salvage it, but you'd need a mechanic to get it up and running again properly. You do know a mechanic? Your compatriot from a previous adventure, Bug.
Oh, yeah.
They're just unavailable right now. It would take a bit of money and time to get this van up and running again, and realistically, you could do that with a lot of the cars you come across.
Could we remove this air compressor and transport it on the cart?
You certainly could, yeah. I would say it would take up just a haul to carry. So you could probably even like stuff it into a backpack if you really wanted to. Yeah.
Well, let's not do that right now. Let's follow the hose to, hopefully, the castle itself.
Okay. How are we approaching the back garden?
Gingerly.
Hell has his rifle up and he's doing that thing. You know when you see soldiers go around a corner, they don't just, they sort of...
The peak.
Yeah, he does
Taking
that.
the corners.
Taking the corners, yeah. Your background is military, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
That's why she left you.
Told you not to bring that up.
Okay, are we going for the house or are we going around the back garden?
Around the back, I think.
Going around the side, yeah.
I'm like literally following the hose.
Okay, so the side gate's already open as you're making your way around, and you start to hear voices from the back garden.
Human voices?
Just voices.
Hell stops to try and listen, but he's not going round yet.
I'm assuming you're going to like tell them to just like get behind you, stay quiet.
Yeah. You know the signs that when like your squad's deploying, I'm
You
doing
do,
all that, and then when I see that Beefy's not got a clue what I'm doing, I just go,
Okay.
Okay, so he's kind of crouched down by the wall next to the back garden, and you can kind of just make it the voices, and you hear someone saying, "I told you we should have went to Kenny's and got a car. This is way too... How the hell are we going to get this back? You should have thought this through before we came here."
I'm going to discreetly just poke my head out, round the wall, over the wall.
Kind of round it,
Round the
yeah.
wall. Just very quietly, just like one eye, just to see if I can see. I'm suspecting it's other acres.
Yes.
So
So,
folks have taken our job.
How could they have found out about this?
Aye, strange, eh?
Hell pokes his head gingerly around the corner, and he sees who else but tall Adonis of the man, Big Jim Concrete, and two of his goons, the Rack brothers.
The Rack Brothers.
So, Jim Concretti made his way out here and didn't bring a cart.
Seems that way.
That seems poor preparation, given that he's also friends.
Everyone has
Okay.
at least one flaw.
That's his fault. He never prepares,
Right, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
and you can just hear them, and they're clearly arguing with each other.
It's Concretti and his boys.
What?
I don't know how they got there before us.
It doesn't really make any sense.
They must have had some sort of heads up and left before us.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed that.
Maybe they didn't have breakfast.
Listen, let's move the compressor now. Let's get out here with the compressor. Let's stash the compressor and come back.
That's a good idea.
That's good
I
thought.
like that.
Yeah.
They can't do shit without that compressor.
I don't know if you have any ability to make loud noise. If you could throw like a grenade of noise in their direction whilst we're running away, and then they'll be swarmed by zombies.
I mean, I literally have grenades.
We could
It's-
probably just throw a grenade at them. Or, no,
Well,
we should.
We don't want to risk damaging the bouncy castle.
True,
That's true. That is the only reason.
Is like a taker code of conduct. If we just ice these guys out here and nobody would be any the bit wiser.
I mean, it's a free market.
So it's not completely impossible they might view us the same way as well.
Well, you're what's standing between them and earning a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But they like us.
That doesn't necessarily count for much out here.
Business is business.
What I reckon we should do, the van is out of power, but you can drive, get in the cabin, we'll disconnect the hose and just push it, and you can steer it, and we can take it away.
I think it would make more sense to just put the compressor on the cart.
And then just cart it away.
Just cart out of there. Stash the compressor somewhere nearby, but out of sight, that they're not immediately going to see.
I like this plan. Let's
And then-
action it.
Right. Let's just do that before they change their minds.
Yeah. I'll handle the compressor, covered in blood as it is, with my gloves.
Okay. And where are we going to stash it?
Go into a house.
One of the houses.
Go back down the road and hide it in a hollow tree.
There weren't any hollow trees.
Even a little bit further back down the road, if there's a burnt out car or something, we could just pop it in there. Maybe just a little bit out of sight.
Okay, so let's decide where it's going to go. Do we want to try hiding it in a car?
There'll be a few cars nearby. Yeah, you could do that.
Let's go back to that car that we saw on the way here and just like hide it there. And then, like, as we're stealthily getting out of there, I'm going to say, right, Beefy, I think they probably like you best.
They do. Well, I don't know. Like's a strong word. I like Kenny. Kenny likes me. We have an understanding.
Kenny's not here.
Right.
Maybe it shouldn't be you. But I was thinking that, like, one of us could, because it's also not very valuable to us to only have the compressor. So one of us,
At the same time, though, the castle itself is useless by itself as well.
we need someone to come to an understanding with the competition and, make it clear that we can't get half of a payday for half a job. We can come together and both make some money here,
From what we know of Big Jim Concretti, is that something he's likely to go along with? He can be quite an intractable guy on occasion.
Yeah, he does have a reputation to uphold as the best as well.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how this has happened. I mean, if I went to negotiate with them, I could do my standard negotiating tactic of, I want this thing. I want it for any price. Like, you can have anything you want.
No, Jonathan, we'll just keep you out of this part of it.
Maybe I should do it, I don't know.
I think one possibility is we just hide and wait till they emerge to get the compressor. They realise the compressor's not there.
Yeah. And then they'll leave the bouncy castle. We can swoop in.
Well, possibly.
I don't think they're going to leave the bouncy castle.
This might just,
I wouldn't leave the bouncy castle.
this might just come to bloodshed, to be honest.
Okay, I think, and call me like a wide-eyed optimist, I think that rational people can see their own self-interest in the situation, and we can just all decide that we can bring half of the puzzle together back at the base. It doesn't need to be any bloodshed or anything, and if they don't take me up on that offer, you can be hiding in that house over there with your big gun.
Well, these aren't rational times. I could take cover in a house with my rifle. One or both of you could wait at the van for him to turn up. I think my role should be as insurance in case things go south. And I think our first thing we should attempt should be some sort of deal with Big Jim. I should keep you guys covered from like a window. I could even eventually do an upstairs window, so I've got a good...
That's what I was thinking.
A very fence-like situation for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should you go in first so that you can sneak in there and then cover me as I come in, or are you good at sneaking?
I can be quite stealthy if needs be.
Okay. So I'm just a little bit worried that we're going to go back into the cul-de-sac there and there are going to be eyes everywhere,
I just saw the three of them, but that's not to say there's not more.
Shall we say, Hal goes in first, sneaks into a place where you can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go in. Don't know what you really want to be doing in this situation. I want to be negotiating. You
Moral support.
Moral support. I could be a delivery man. I could challenge him to...
You know what, Beefy? Sure, this time you can be a delivery man.
Okay. But I'm a bit worried that they'll want our car. They don't have a car.
I don't have a car.
I think we should leave the car more or less either behind or underneath or inside the burnt car.
Okay.
Just stashed somewhere along with the compressor.
That does sound pretty smart. I can't remember if I'm renting it off Kenny or not. So we will need to pick it up if we survive.
I think that was a bit hazy, but it doesn't matter. Hell is going to sneak back through the way he came. He's not going to go through the front gate. He's going to just sort of sneak over one of the walls at the back and into one of the upstairs of one of the other houses.
So you just try to find somewhere you get like an overwatch on the van and where the showdown might take place. You could position yourself in such a way that you could appear in like the house next door. You could kind of get an angle on the front and then reposition to a side window like the stairway to see the back garden as well a bit. So yeah, you do have a bit of a line of sight there. Okay, that's fine. Do you want to make a stealth check for me just to see if you don't cause any real problems getting up there?
Yeah, that's a 7/2.
7/2. Okay, yeah, so you managed to quite successfully sneak your way up to a good overwatch position. So Calvin and Jonathan.
I'm beefy to my friends.
Yeah.
Which is why Hell always calls him Jonathan.
I have noticed this. But I don't know if Beefy has.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the first aid kit. I'm going to take a big square bandage and attach it to the barrel of my shotgun and go back into the cul-de-sac, waving it like a white flag.
Okay. As you're making your way back into the cul-de-sac, you see the Rack twins, the Rack brothers, bickering with each other around the back of the van. And they're going, I thought you had it. No, it was clearly right here a second ago. What are you talking about? And it's like, no, you must have lost it. What do you mean I must have lost it? It was, who the hell's that?
Gentlemen, hello! The Rack brothers, if I recall?
Yeah, you're that Calvin fella, aren't you?
Yes.
I think you sold me a Charizard that one time.
Yes, well, it was quite hard to get that for you, so I did you a bit of a favour on that one, and I'd like you to remember that as we discuss what we're about to. Have you lost something, my good men?
He points his gun at you. Is it what?
Do you know anything about this?
I might.
Why are you here?
Well, because I think it's quite likely that you have something else that would be valuable if you had the thing that you've lost. And if I had the thing that you've lost, that would be something that would be quite valuable if I had what you have got.
Okay.
And we could solve each other's problem in this regard. And everything could be fine.
And I'm Beefy.
And wants to stop me and my brother here from just gunning you down like a dog.
Well, nothing at all, of course. But what would that get you, is really what I'm asking.
Well, you'd be dead for
True.
stealing from us.
Yes. And you'd be out of a paycheck.
You kind of got me on that one a little bit, I will admit.
Jim!
Did I do any like persuasion rules or anything?
Well, you've got an audience with Big Jim out of this.
So imagine he's like doing like a pillar man pose as he comes round or something, like he's strutting onto stage.
And I just quake
He's
in
like-
my boots.
Well, if it isn't the Royal Rumble Triumphant.
You know their names.
Fancy meeting you guys here. I heard that one of yous were talking to my little friend Ken earlier today, and you were telling him to tell me that there wasn't any work going and to not really worry about it. Now that got me thinking, why would they be doing that?
I remember, Kenny.
Hello, Jim. You are quite large. Yes. Well, interesting that you should bring that up, because it is, in fact, business that takes, I think, both of us.
Well, I think
To
you'll
this
find
road.
this was my business, and then someone decided to interfere with my business and decided that they deserve to do the jobs in town. Have we forgotten that my crew is the crew for the town? Or are we just thinking we can cut me out of any deals being made?
I'm trying to cut you in, sir. I'm trying to cut you in of what I may or may not have cut you out of. I was just explaining to your compatriots here that there is a item that I think would be quite valuable as part of a set. My background's in collectibles, and this is often the way, something just by itself can be of negligible value, but if you've got everything that goes with it, it can be worth quite a lot to a given person. And I think that we could combine our collections and have something that would really be quite valuable. I would like to see if you'd be interested in that, or if you want to just not make any money today.
Now, this is really, really funny. This is quite amusing.
Haha!
Thanks, Beefy. You're an interesting young man.
He knows my name.
You care to elaborate on this proposal that you apparently have?
Well, I would. First of all, James, have you talked to Mr. Grinkle today? Have you come to an arrangement yourselves for what it would be he was after?
It's quite funny, yeah, actually. Yes, I have. And it seems to me that you guys told him that I wasn't available.
Yes, I think something like that may have occurred. I seem to remember having a reason for saying that.
Well, the only reason I even found out about this is because Kenny kept saying something about you guys going to Europe.
We're in Europe. We're in Europe right now.
We're not in Europe.
It's so fancy.
So, when I heard this from him, I went and paid Mr. Grunkle a quick visit, because we've got quite a long-standing business relationship, and I found out you guys were cutting in on that. Now, I understand you want to make a deal, but maybe I just want to kill you right now, because you're cutting into my business.
Well, I'll tell you what I told your employees. I'm sure you could do that, and there's very little that I could do about it.
I'm just going to headshot Big Jim.
Whoa!
Okay,
I've
right.
heard enough. It wasn't going to go well anyway.
Yeah. Okay,
The sheer, threat of violence from Big Jim, it might be the most scared I've been in any role-playing situation in my life. Because it's Big Jim.
Right, so I'm going to do a quick version of how the combat situations work when you're fighting humans. So you do a skill check as normal, so in this case you'll do a shoot check. We're using the simplified combat rules for human-on-human combat, where enemies have 10 hit boxes. You either need to fill those boxes with stun or kill damage. You'll see as well that you have similar boxes on your character sheets.
Yes.
That's when I do attacks back at you. Now, as the market, every check I do succeeds, so if I attack you, it will automatically hit. It's up to you to dodge it. Now, players have two actions they can take during combat. They can either do a tactic or a twitch. You can convert one of those tactics to a twitch, or you can convert your twitch to an additional tactic. Your tactics are primarily offensive, your twitches are primarily defensive.
You can attack twice, but if you attack twice, you can't dodge.
Correct. So you can either reserve it for a full defense, or you can go for a full offense, or you can do a bit of both. You also have freebies, which is things like talking, self-control checks, foresight, that sort of thing, awareness. But yeah, so hell, if you want to take a roll to make a shot, and then we can roll initiative and take it from there. So you're making a... Would you like to make a called shot?
What does that do?
That effectively lets you choose a body part, which in this case would be a headshot. So if you do get a hit, it would pretty much be an instant kill.
But how much harder does it make it?
It doesn't make it any harder, you just sacrifice your twitch for it.
Okay, I'll do that. Double 10, critical. This is the best shot Hell's ever taken. I'm imagining it's Kenny.
Okay, so normally doing a cold shot would make you basically have to wait till the end of the initiative order, but because you're taking the first shot, you get a chance to do that. This is a critical success. So, Ewan, I hand over narrative power to you.
What was Big Jim about to say?
He was about to say, you know what, I think I'm just going to kill you right now. Just get this nonsense over and done with.
And as Big Jim's saying this, his head just explodes, spraying the Rak twins with Big Jim's blood, and his body just slumps to the ground.
Big Jim!
There's a sharp dull crack, and Jim just falls over.
How do the Rack brothers take this?
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
So I've got a 7 and a 6, and another 6. So what did you guys get?
I got a 9.
I got a 4. So 2 9s?
2 9s and a 4. So I've got a 7 and a 6.
Second headshot just comes.
Hell, and then... Well, do you two want to roll off to see who goes first? Who's got a higher speed rating?
2.
You can... Oh, yeah.
You
it's
have a
1.
1 because that's not strength.
Well,
Yes.
you already went,
Oh.
so it'll be Beefy,
Okay, I've got
and then
something.
it'll be Rack 1, and then Rack 2, and then it'll be Calvin, who's just kind of like,
Basically,
you know what, actually, hell, make a detachment test, please.
This might be an issue.
You did just kill someone in cold blood. So yeah, you just make like a standard, just like a roll check.
4 under 8. I was already cracked.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Was that a recent thing going cracked, or did you
I
start off?
started off like that.
Right,
Because of the divorce.
that's fine. It just
No,
means you-
because of the fence man.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's in, well, damn, Ken.
Yeah.
That's fine. You've still got like squares to use up in detachment, so you can take the hit. Now, technically, it's a level 4 because you killed someone you know in cold blood, but you did really hate them. So we're going to say it's only a level 2, so you're only going to take 2 damage.
2 detachments.
Yeah. So in this case, you've inflicted the problem, so it's a thing for you.
It was us or them.
But you decided that for them.
Oh, yeah, I was going to be us or them. I think if I left it any longer, he was going to take out my parts.
Listen, we tried to play nice.
It's a shame those zombies got Big Jim.
Right through the skull. Calvin and Beefy also make a level 1 self-control check,
Yes,
please.
sure.
Again.
10 over 9.
It's an 8 over 7. Beefy's holding it together. Just...
So you're in a bit of a, like, oh my god, but you're holding it together.
Yeah.
Okay, Beefy, what we doing?
What did you do to Big Jim?
So, Jim...
You shout at his friends.
Yes. It's not a point. It's a hit with the hammer over the head. It's an immediate, like, what did you do? What did you do?
Okay, so are you just hitting one of them?
The closest twin, yeah.
Okay, so in a fit of like, rage,
Rage loss.
Beefy sees Big Jim Concreti fall to the ground. His brains and skull bones just blasted out the back of his head, painting an already red pavement even redder, and turns steely-eyed towards the first Rack twin.
They betrayed him. They clearly betrayed him.
It was a setup.
Exactly. What did you do? And I'll throw a hammer at him.
Okay, if you want to make a roll for that.
So it's an 8 over 7.
Beefy is spec'd entirely for melee combat. Beefy, taking his warhammer, takes a mighty swing and cracks him in the hip. Then what does he do?
He does that again. It's an 11 over 3. 6 damage.
So
9 damage overall.
we'll call him RT1, Rack Twin 1. You don't know their real names, you just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. Rack 1, Rack 2.
Well, you know, it was always very hard to tell them apart, and now we're not going to need to anymore.
Rack 1 lets out a big scream as you've just basically broken his hip bone to be quickly shut up by a big thud as he gets smashed in the chest with the warhammer, knocking him to the ground.
Okay.
He's not looking good.
No, but he deserves it for what he did to Big Jim.
That puts us on to his turn. He's on the ground, but he's going to point his rifle at you and take a shot.
Take it. Do your best.
And you can't dodge it, so you're going to
No.
have to take damage.
I'm going to take some damage.
And you're going to
Watch
take...
him roll a 10.
Uh-huh.
Ooh. You take 9 damage in the chest. He's pointed his rifle at you and he's taken a shot and he's clipped you right through the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You'll live. It's not hit anything major. You'll live. However, you've attracted the locals.
Oh.
You don't know where they are, but you've attracted the locals. That puts us into Rack 2. He's going to point his gun at Calvin Hobb.
I'm just going to wave my white flag gun a little bit more.
And he's going to take a shot at you.
I
Okay.
think that ship's sailed.
So I can dodge, can I?
Yes.
What's the skills I'm testing with dodge?
Just roll an
Right,
athletics.
so I have a +1. That is an 8/6.
Shot goes wild, misses you.
Ah!
And that brings us to Calvin.
So I'm going to drop what I've expertly disguised as a white flag down a little bit, catch it by the rack, bring it up, and shoot it as a gun, which it actually is. I've got +2 shooting, so that is a 5/4.
Do you have hungry or anything like that on that weapon?
It's charged, cumbersome, hungry, yes.
That means you would use 2 charges.
2 charges. So I blast him.
So in your kind of panic, you have hit him, you've just kind of scraped him a little bit. Gonna glancing wounds, but he's not looking good.
Okay.
And that takes us back to Hell.
Back to hell.
Back to Hell.
Who is going to take a shot at the Rack brother that's still standing up?
Okay, that's Rack 2 if you want to make a roll for it. Are you going to go full offense with this and just take 2 shots? Or
I'd be better using the 2 since I'm not down on the ground. really.
yeah, they're not really paying attention to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to take 2 shots then.
Okay.
Well, that is a 5/7.
You could use extra charges if you want to take a couple extra shots. Or if you can just want to do a second attack, you can do that.
I'll just let this one miss and I'll take the second attack.
Okay.
That's a 6/3.
Okay, you take a clean shot at the standing Rack. It's a clean shot, it's not enough to put him down. And that takes us to Beefy.
Beefy is lost to the loss of Jim Concrete. Like, what happened? What happened here is the thoughts that are going through Beefy's head as he just brings the hammer down on the Rack brother
Who shot you?
who shot me in the chest. Who's
With a rifle.
With a rifle. Like, Beefy did not go back. There was no pushback. He one fluid motion bringing it down.
Hasn't even blinked.
No blink, like no grimace. Just confusion. Who did this? Okay, so that is an 8/7.
And it's 3 on the dice.
3 on the dice.
That-
He had taken all but one of his health.
Yeah, so how do you finish him off?
Just bring it directly down, with all of Beefy's strength, weeping openly for Big Jim.
He is now concave.
He's now jam, is what he is. let me spend my charges before I forget them. So that's another charge and another ration. It takes a ration every time I swing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting quite hungry actually.
You've just killed a man.
Yes,
You've still got an action left. You want to kill another man?
I would like to kill another man and then maybe take some sort of psychological test.
You don't have to, but yeah.
I would like to. I'll raise from the jammy spectre of his brother.
And then you turn to the other Rack twin and go like, he's still alive somehow!
Shit, he's back up! That's 2 damage on the dice, but he was pretty banged up, wasn't
It
he?
was, yes. So yeah, you bring a hammer down on the second Rack twin. He's still alive, but my god, he is not looking good at all. That takes us to Rack 2's turn, who is immediately going to drop his gun. He's just going to start crying, saying, "You've killed my brother!
You killed Big Jim!
You killed... No, I didn't! That wasn't... What are you talking about?
Look, innocent people don't run.
Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die for a goddamn bouncy castle!
You'll die for Big Jim. You'll hang for this. For what you did.
He's just going to like roll on his front and start crawling through the blood, through the remains of his brother and Big Jim, just trying to escape, just trying to get into some cover in this house, just weeping. And that takes us to Calvin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a bit of a glance around. Is there any... We've been quite noisy here. Any problems?
You do see a small congregation amassing near the front gate, but it's going to take them a while to get to you.
Okay. Near the gate.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Johnny, Beefy John, if you've got anything to finish off, maybe it'd be a good idea to do it quickly. I'm going to go and start folding up the bouncy castle if I can find it in that garden.
Yeah, you can disengage basically from the combat and kind of make your way around.
Yeah.
He's not really much of a threat anymore.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. If someone else decides that he should die, you know, probably one of the zombies, let's be honest.
Okay.
In this scenario. Probably not one of us, actually, if I don't have to think about it. I can just go and collect the Valley Bison that we did offer to share with them. So, I'm going to go and do that.
Okay. Yeah. You could make your way around to the back of the house within your turn. You can see like a uninflated bouncy castle just lying out in the back garden.
Great.
The hose was disconnected. They hadn't really got around to setting it all up before everything clearly kicked off. Mm-hmm. You're not exactly, a connoisseur of bounce houses, but you reckon you could maybe get this folded up for transport and say, I don't know, 7 or so turns?
Right.
Yeah.
How long will it take before the mob of zombies get to us?
8 turns?
8 turns. So some sort of distraction might be in order.
Yeah.
Beefy's time is now.
And that the zombies are now 7 shambles away. There's about 8 of them. And that brings us back to Hell.
Hell heads out the house and into the street. So it's just Beefy there in the street.
And also Rackwin too, who's crawling
Crawling into the house, basically. He's just trying to get away. He's obviously in shock, crying and sobbing wildly. So is Beefy. Everyone's crying, apparently.
He's full of buckshot and hammer blows.
Well, we've just killed 2 men over a bouncy castle. Every day we fall further from God's light. Right, let's distract these things while Calvin sorts out the bouncy castle.
Well, you do have bait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Should I go pick up the rack man and just throw him towards the zombies? Or
Okay, if you want to.
I guess.
we could chum one of the rack brothers. I could pick him up.
I am not actively doing anything. I'm collecting the valuable items.
Are zombies drawn to dead meat, or does it only really the living?
Mostly the living. They prefer it fresh, but they'll kind of just go for whoever's lying about. They'll always tend towards the most active living thing nearby.
Right. I go up to the rat brother and I grab his ankles and I say, Jonathan, get the other end.
Okay.
Which rack brother is this?
The one that's crawling away,
Okay.
I pick him up by his head. You said grab the other end.
I guess. And shall we haul him towards the slowly advancing zombies and
Okay.
just drop them in their path?
Sounds like a plan. He did something to Big Jim. Or his dead brother.
Now, this man is screaming.
Uh-huh.
He's pleading. He's begging.
Uh-huh.
He's crying a lot.
Uh-huh.
There's blood everywhere.
Yes.
He's saying, please kill me. Please don't do this. Please shoot me in the head. Please, I don't want this.
Here's the thing, Rack 2.
My name is Stephen. Okay?
Stephen.
I needed the money to pay rent. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, did you go to Duncan High School?
Yes.
I can't remember you. You were on the football team, weren't you?
Oh, God, no. No, I'm sorry.
That's right, yeah, I see you do remember.
Well, he was a jock, and I'm guessing Hell was a nerd.
I get more of a sort of like off-putting goth kid vibe.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, aspiring school shooter.
Yeah.
Well, you've got that history in the military.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. You would have done this to us in a heartbeat. Big Jim would have done this to us in a heartbeat. So, I'm not going to be losing any sleep over it.
No. Then you just lob him into the advancing horde.
Yep.
Don't worry, though. I think you'll be fine.
Even you don't believe that one. Can the three of you please take a detachment test level 2?
I will take that, but I'm not very happy about it because I specifically wanted it to be left to natural causes.
But you are letting it happen.
I'm over there. I'm in the garden. I can't see any of this.
I took a 10 under 1.
That is a 3 under 9.
6 under 9 for
You
me.
know what? For this particular situation, Hell's not going to take any damage because he kind of wants this.
You roleplay through it.
I'm happy with my failure because obviously I am bargaining that it's not actually my fault.
Yeah, so you're taking 2 damage.
Two detachment, yeah.
And then even Beefy can't ignore the fact that they've just fed a man to the zombies.
Who you kind of liked.
Well, that's going to keep them busy for
That was
a little while.
Frontier justice. You know,
Yeah.
He did just murder Big Jim.
I did say he'd hang for it, and essentially he is.
Yeah.
And you just walk away listening to the screams of a man being devoured alive.
I think this is a successful mission, lads.
Well,
Yeah.
No one died, other than Big Jim, which will haunt me.
and the 2 brothers.
Who?
Now, you may want to get a move on.
I'm folding up this bouncy castle as quickly as humanly possible.
I think throw the castle over the wall.
Oh, yeah, we're
climb
not
over
going
the
through the
wall.
gate.
We're not
No.
going past the zombies. We're just going to climb over the wall, across the field, and then up to the car where we left our compressor.
And I will do this happily. I'll lug what you need me to. I'll carry. I'll give you boosts. I will need some medical attention.
Okay, well.
Because I feel like I've been shot.
It's a nasty wound you've got there, Jonathan.
There's metal inside me.
We can deal with that after the immediate dangers.
Okay, so leaving a man dying slowly, painfully.
Not that slowly, though, let's be honest.
Not as quick as you'd like in this
No.
situation. You lug this uninflated bouncy castle over the small wall and quite easily jump over it, despite your many gunshot wounds.
I think basically once we're over the edge, I'll use my first aid kit.
You'll need to wait till you're back at base to do like a
okay.
proper heal, but you can do some first aid.
Tell you what, listen, I picked up a little bit of first aid back in the military. I could do it. if you
Okay,
want.
have the use of my kit.
First aid checks are 1 and done, per taker, per location.
Beefy's rather large chest.
3/2.
Okay.
And does that... So it's 2 charges, so I'll mark that off.
A successful check heals a number of stun boxes equal to the natural black of the check.
Oh.
So 1...
Kill boxes are reduced to stun boxes
So
at the same
1
rate.
of your kill damage is reduced to stun.
Okay, so there's not much that Hell can do in the circumstances because they're in a hurry, but he gets a little pair of tweezers and just sort of yoinks the bullet out. And
I'd imagine that you would do like full dressing, but unfortunately it's really covered in butter. You can't really get a proper...
it's not taking.
Covered in butter, blood, brains, bone.
Did you see what happened back there?
No, I missed it. I was up in that house with my rifle. Tell you what, Beefy, let's just concentrate on getting you home, eh?
Oh, I'll have to think about this.
But I was thinking, when we get home, Beefy, my friend, people would be awful upset if they knew what happened to Big Jim.
Uh-huh.
So perhaps it's better we just don't say anything. We don't want to. Maybe if they can live in hope that Big Jim's out there somewhere
That he's thinking about them,
and he's thinking about them and he'll provide a certain bit of light in the dark times.
but we'll know.
We'll know, but no one else needs to know.
I was thinking that I could maybe become some sort of Big Jim-based conspiracy theorist.
A Jim trooper.
A truther. And I could maybe posit what actually happened then.
Well, what actually happened?
What actually happened that
Well,
day?
there is a theory that one of the Rack twins.
That's one I
It
think.
was some sort of fight over money or booze or drugs, because that's the kind of guys the Rack twins were.
They were
They-
unsavoury. Well, not to the zombies.
Let's move on. Let's get back to the burned out car. Go down the road.
So he's quite deftly managed to get the bouncy castle secured, and he's kind of
Definitely.
the three of you kind of lug it over to your cart, tie it all up, you bag the compressor, and you start making your way home. Job well done.
Yep.
It won't haunt you forever.
No, probably not forever.
No. As you're making your way back to town, you know the trail's probably going to be safe. You've kind of worked your way back there. As you're getting close to where that pickup truck you pass by, as you hear someone calling out from the road, quite a young voice actually, saying, hello?
Where is the voice coming from?
It's kind of coming from maybe something like some bushes nearby, so it's close enough that you could see them if they weren't hiding.
Right.
Okay. Hell brings up his rifle and says, "Hey, if you just step out the bushes all slow like."
So a young guy, maybe about 19, 20, comes out kind of shaking, hands up, says, don't shoot.
Can't be too careful now.
No, these are dangerous times.
Yeah. I've been on my own for a little while. I saw you going by earlier on, and I was too afraid to say anything. I could use some help if that's okay. Have you got somewhere safe that we can go? Or
Hell's weak spot is that he is distrustful. So he's not particularly convinced by this guy.
okay.
Well, my soft spot is that I'm actually quite generous to those in need. So.
Okay.
Are you in trouble, son?
Well, hell, could you make a sensitivity check?
That's an 8/3.
There's definitely something not right about this. You can tell at a glance, like, he's not wearing a backpack, he's not carrying a weapon.
Meanwhile, I'm not like going right up to him, but I'm just kind of from the road, not having my gun trained. I'm just being like, "What kind of help do you need? What's going on?"
Well, I was with my friend here in the truck, and we had an accident. He just started turning in the truck. I don't understand how, and we crashed. And I've just been sitting here for a few days, and I don't know where to go. I need somewhere to go. We were looking for we heard there was a safe zone around here. We're just
Few days. You've been in that bush for a few days.
not this bush, but yeah, I've been nearby. I didn't want to go away from the highway.
And your friend who's in the pickup truck over there.
Yeah.
Yonder.
I saw you put him down. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. That was really good.
And he died a few days ago.
Yeah.
I'm saying. Just gonna turn to him and like, does that sound like the right amount of time for a vector to turn into a casualty?
Out of character. Does this sound like a reasonable story to us?
It's not unreasonable. A vector is technically alive. They will eventually burn out and die. It does take a few days for that to happen. They're effectively running at like 100% constantly. So it's not completely bull crap. Like, what he's saying could theoretically happen. There is unconfirmed rumours of vectors who last for weeks, sometimes months, but it's not uncommon for them to last a few days and then eventually just die and turn into a casualty.
Right, okay.
You looking for somewhere to go then?
Yes, please. I'll work. If that helps, I just need a bed and something to eat.
Where were you coming from?
Just over in Nevada. Jackpot, have you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard of Jackpot.
What were you carrying? What was in the boxes?
Oh, okay, right. I maybe wasn't with him. You know what? Forget it. And he reaches into his pocket.
Oh, take a shot! Take a shot!
And he takes out a small syringe and says, "Glory," and then stabs himself with it.
Glory?
And he starts retching and twitching violently. Blood starts coming out from his eyes.
I think we know
He's
where
in
this is
pain.
going.
Black veins travelling down his arms
Since
and
my
legs.
rifle's out, I'm just going to take up a shot.
Take a shot.
8/1.
8/1.
I will use one of my wills to turn that into a critical success.
Okay, or you can change the damage location even if you want to make it to like the head or something.
I think another headshot.
Yeah, if you want to go for a headshot. Okay, so yeah, you take a shot of him and you do score like a clean shot in the face, but it kind of goes through the eye and comes out the back. So you've definitely hit some brain, but it's not putting him down.
Okay.
And
So now initiative.
initiative, you want to roll for initiative? Yeah.
Oh, I've rolled 7.
Rolled a 9.
I rolled 11.
Oh, you're very nice.
So, hell, you've got one more shot to take. You've technically used a turn, so we'll say you've got one more shot if you want to try and take another shot at this guy.
Yeah, I think another shot. Oh no, that is a 8/9.
Your second shot just goes wild, and as it does, the young man, or no longer, the Vector now, turns to you, eyes dripping blood. Part of his head's been blown off. Pauses for a second, and normally a Vector would be screaming apologies and sorry and all sorts because they are aware of what they're doing, but this one doesn't. This one just keeps saying over and over again, glory, 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 glory. All three of you take a self-control check for trauma.
Oh no. Oh wait.
8/4.
Make it level 3, which means even if you pass, you take 1 damage.
Okay, well I'll take 1
I'll
damage.
take 1 damage.
I rolled a 10.
I got a 10/4.
Have we heard of anything like this?
No, this is new.
Right,
This is
okay.
different.
Trauma was it?
Trauma, yeah. And the Vector's going to sprint directly at Hell. And you can't dodge. You use both your attacks. So you're going to be taking some damage.
Well, how far away was this guy that we heard calling from a bush?
Close enough that when something's sprinting at you flat out, it's not going to matter.
How
whopping
fast
jump.
can he run?
They go a fair bit.
He can run as fast as you can sprint when you don't need to breathe and nothing hurts. So pretty fast. He's going to take a swing at you with his hand, and he's going to hit you right in the chest with it as he's kind of like trying to push you down to the ground and try and get his mouth around you, but he's going to hit you right in the chest for 6 damage.
So that's
6 kill damage. Now there is blood everywhere, so we are going to have to do a dreaded infection check. What's your strength?
1.
Okay. Okay. You don't get to see that.
I don't know.
That's fine.
That's not for the likes of you.
Okay. That takes us to Calvin.
Okay, I think I'm just going to hit him with my tomahawk, which I've got, because he's run really close, and I don't think I said I just had my shotgun out, so I'll just pick it up off of my belt and be like, ah! Oh dear, that is a 4 under 10. I'll use my will point to make it a 10/4, though.
Okay. That's a kill shot, so you can describe it.
So as he rushes right past me and the slight point exploding fist palms Hell next to me, I've been rummaging around in my belt and I just grab it as Hell goes flying 10 feet back from being just battered in the chest, and he's just not looking at me at all, and I'm just swing the thing around and it gets him right in the massive gash in his skull that was blown out of it by Hell's previous shot. You just hear a bit of a squish.
There's a sound of a wet sponge hitting a wall,
Yeah.
and then blood comes erupting at the other side of his face, and he slumps over on top of Hell.
Okay, that's happened. Hell, are you okay?
I've had better days.
But you've had worse days.
Well, I have one worse day, yeah.
I don't think we necessarily need to dwell on that. Let's. I'm just gonna pull my tomahawk out. Just gonna try not get this on it, and I'm gonna wipe the tomahawk on the grass that is not very, the least blood-covered bit, and be like, I don't think we really want to touch this young gentleman.
No.
Any
of you guys seen anything like that before? What the fuck was up with him?
No, I've got no idea.
That's not normal.
No. That's why we don't do drugs.
You may want to check Hell for scratches and those sorts, because if he is infected, he will turn very quickly.
Okay, well,
because it's a hot strain.
Let's do a first aid.
I'd imagine this
over.
is something that there's an element of routine to this.
Yes,
that we know. You know,
it's just worth saying out loud. Like I check for scratches, and I'll tell. Just so I can tell you the results of stuff.
Okay.
Like it was more of a punch, so hopefully there shouldn't be anything. But yep, I've checked myself. I'll see if I've got any.
Before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
You're thankfully unscathed. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any broken skin or anywhere, and no blood got in your mouth or eyes or anything like that, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
You don't feel like there's black goo coursing through your veins in the most painful way imaginable.
I'm just going to wipe some rubbing alcohol over my equipment that may have touched him, try and disinfect, move on.
Thank you for listening to Ludonauts. Join us next month for the third and final part of our Red Markets trilogy. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky, links below. We have a Patreon with a host of bonus content. And, if you join our Patreon, we'll give you a little shout out at the end, like so. Lana, Craigopolis von Mighty Dong, Barry D, Rain-Ridden, Jeffrey, Toasty Waffles, Stanley, Jackie, Lady Corvia, Rona, Vale, Little King Birdbrain, Roman, Ty, Rachel and Jägerschund. Join us next month, where I'm sure everything will pan out fine for our 3 intrepid takers, and I'm sure Hell will get back with his ex-wife. I've got a good feeling about those two. It's going to work for them. Bye for now.